You ever read a book so raw it grabs you by the throat and don't let go? Yeah, that's the Blood Sagas. Book 1, Blood and Loyalty. That's where it starts. Loyalty's a weapon. Family ain't always safe. And every page bleeds with power, pain, and purpose. Then comes Blood and Betrayal. And trust me, that title ain't just for show. Betrayal cuts deeper when it comes from the ones closest to you. Lines get crossed, blood gets spilled, and the only thing more dangerous than an enemy is an ally. This series, it ain't for the faint of heart. It's dark, it's dirty, and it's damn near impossible to put down. So if you like your fantasy with grit, gods, and no guarantees, step into the Blood Sagas. You want more? Reach out to the one who birthed this chaos, Avery Brown.
Hey yo, I filmed this after I did that video with Talib Kweli and the bro Hato. You heard? I walked all the way from Clinton in Washington to like J Street. You heard? This is before I knew he was hating. I went home and found out he was hating in his stories. Quick Brooklyn story, cause I'm in Brooklyn. You heard? This my new brand, Good Garments. You heard? It's Good Garments, New York City. But this is the special Good Garments Brooklyn edition shirt. You heard? Because I had to show up for the video. You heard? Brooklyn'd out. You heard? But yo, quick Brooklyn story, right? And this story is just about how, like, black people gonna take care of black people gonna take care of black kids. Like, Pac said an ill line one time, and, you know, I was confused at this line that he said, but it was a deep line. He was like, it was keep your head up, and he said, thank the Lord for my kids, even if somebody else wants them, because I think we can make it. In fact, I'm sure. You heard? Because that's some deep shit about black people. Like, we gonna take care of some black kids. We ain't gonna leave, if we can help it, we ain't gonna leave no black kids stranded. But it's like, yo, one time, right, back in the days in Brownsville, right, this was back when it was benches right on the side of 1580. You heard? It was like 4 benches right on the side of 1580, right between 1580 and the Y, where you going in the Y to cut up the Y on East New York Avenue, right? It was some benches there back in the days. So me and a bro from Brownsville houses, know what I mean? I ain't even gonna involve names and shit, you heard? But know what I mean? Let's just say my son Jay from Brownsville houses, right? Me and son started getting mad cool, like, you know, we playing Nintendo and G.I. Joes and Transformers and all of that. We had to be like, this was 298, so we had to be like 10, you heard, 9, 10 action, know what I mean? So this probably like 86, 87 or some shit like that. So, you know, me and the bro getting so cool, son, like, yo, son, let me spend a night at your crib. So I'm like, yo, you gotta ask your mother, and, you know, I gotta ask my mother. So, you know, my son from Brownsville houses, his mom's was a mad, highly intelligent, you know, smart black woman. Like she ain't the type that's letting her son be anywhere and all of that. So she was like, yo, I'm gonna come over to Howard. I'm right in Brownsville houses. I'm gonna come over to Howard and meet your mother, and, you know, we talk and see if he could spend a night. So I'm like, I bet. I mean, son told me, like, yo, my moms want to come over and meet your moms. I'm like, cool. You know, niggas had house phones back in the days. So, you know, they was speaking on the house phone. My mom's like, yeah, come through. Boom, boom, boom. So, you know, son come through with his moms. We out there, motherfucking, we in Howard running around and shit. It's nighttime. And my mom's and my son from Brownsville houses moms is sitting on the bench. You heard? They getting to know each other sitting on the bench. A drunk nigga was over there, right? You heard? A dude that was drunk or something like that was over there, right? And he got up and left, and he must have dropped his wallet. You heard? And this was a Friday night. So son wallet was chunky. You heard? Like my son Saquon would say, that shit was chunky McGunky. You heard? Son wallet. So I'm gonna keep it real, like, my moms or son moms or both of them as a group or both of them together was like, man, get that wallet. You heard? So my mom snatched up that wallet. They looked up in that shit and seen that shit was cakey. So they like, oh shit, we gonna split this shit. You feel what I'm saying? Now son is gone. Son was gone. They noticed after he was gone, they looked on the floor and seen a wallet. So they sat there on the bench. So them niggas, so you know, my mom's and my son mom's from Brownsville, they like, man, listen, we gonna split that. You heard? We gonna split that. This Brownsville, Brooklyn, my nigga, in the, you know, crack era type 80s. You heard? Poverty game was serious, like welfare food stamp game was serious. You heard? Money was scarce. Motherfucker find a wallet with about arachnophobia in it. They could find a wallet with arachnophobia in it. Cold hard cash. You heard? Niggas is putting that in their pocket. You heard? Niggas playing pocket pool with that. So my moms and son moms, they played pocket pool with that wallet, right? So a half hour later, they stood there for a minute. You heard? Just in case the nigga swung back or whatever, they stood there. But as a half hour went by, you know, their attachment to that wallet started getting crazy. They like, I hope this nigga don't come back. You heard? You know, this some good luck shit. Like, we meet, my mom's and his mom meet for the first time. We find a wallet with about a schwack in it or something. You heard? Maybe it was 500, but, you know, in those days, that was a schwack. You know, my mind functions so crazy that sometimes I may say a price or something like that from the 80s, and that'll be the price now, but my mind is just calculated like that, where I could feel what a rack is. So even though the price might have been 300 or something, I could feel that it was 600. It just had to get to 2025. You feel what I'm saying? Where it's 600 now. But anyway, my moms and his moms, they picked that schwack up. You heard? They picked that arachnophobia up. What's good, my bro? How you doing? All right, I appreciate you. You heard? So I'm like, so they got that wallet. Son came back 30, 40 minutes later. He like, with the police. No, he came back. He like, yo, y'all seen a wallet over here? He came back 30, 40 minutes later like, yo, y'all seen a wallet over here? So my moms and my son moms from Brownsville houses was like this. Nah, we ain't seen no wallet. So he like, yo, I was sitting right here. Y'all had to see my wallet. I dropped my wallet. Blah, blah. They like this. Nah, we ain't seen no wallet with arachnophobia in it. You heard? So son like, all right, he spins off. Now at this time, the 73rd precinct is in my projects. This is Howard Projects, 1986, 1987. You heard? So the precinct was right there on East New York Avenue in Rockaway. So son was like, all right, that nigga's acting like y'all ain't see my wallet. Son went to the 73rd, came back with 2 Jake Malloys. Son came back with the Jake Malloys like this. Yo, one of them got my wallet. So the police like this. Yo, listen, we don't want to lock nobody up. Y'all got his wallet. So my moms and my man moms from Brownsville houses, they like this. Nah. In Brooklyn, baby. They like, yo. They like, nah. We ain't see no wallet with about an arachnophobia in it. So my mom, so the police like, yo, stand up. Now, like I said, I don't know if it was my moms that snatched the wallet, my man moms from Brownsville houses, but they both was in on it. You heard? So they look, this shit funny now, but it wasn't funny back in the days when I was about 10 cash. You heard? So boom. they sitting over there by 1580. Son swings back with Jake Malloy's like this. They pull up. They like, yo, stand up, stand up. They tell my mom, stand up. Motherfucking wallet just drops down. My mom's just trying to sit on the wallet or something. She stand up, that shit just dropped down, bloop, on the floor. They like, turn around, threw her shit in cuffs. So, you know, I'm over there by the little circle or whatever, playing around by the little circle. Niggas come tell me, yo, son, yo, they locking your moms up. I'm like, what? They like, yeah, they locking your moms up. They said she had a nigga swallow. I said, oh, shit. So, you know, me and my son, we from Brownsville houses. We run over there. We like this. They throwing my mom. They throwing the cuffs on my moms. You heard? They throwing my moms up in the motherfucking paddy wagon or the cop car, whatever. I'm a little kid, nigga. I'm crying. Mama, mama. Heard it was a mama moment, my nigga. I was like, mama. She was like this. I'll be back. I didn't do nothing. You did something, Ma. You did something, Ma. You took that nigga swallow. You heard? With about arachnophobia in it. You did something, Ma. So, yo. So they locked my moms up, right? So I'm crying. My moms, let my moms go. You heard? She's like, I'll be right, I'll be okay. Back in them days, like, you going through a whole Central B. Like, you heard? You ain't no precinct desk appearance. Nah, you going through Central B, my nigga. For 3 cash, 3 days, 2 days, nah, 2 days. If you a woman, 2 days, because it ain't as crowded as the men's. Yershk. But anyway, so I had never been to my bro, you know, from Brownsville House's house. I never been to his crib before. And you have some people out there and some mothers that would have just been on some, look, nigga, your mom's got locked up, my nigga. Like, you gonna have to just wait till she get up out of there. I'm about to get hit by a motherfucking car. You gonna have to wait till she get up out of there, shum. And take it on in. Now, I was an only child. I was dolo. My step pops probably was locked up at this time. You heard? Because that's the only reason why I could think he wouldn't be home. He probably was locked up in Brooklyn House. This nigga lived in Brooklyn House. You heard? He was in Brooklyn House more than he was home. So, you know, my step pops wasn't there, so I ain't had no, you know, I'm 10 years old. I would have had to go to the crib and spend the night in the crib YOLO. And I wasn't trying to do that. And my man, mom's from Brownsville houses. She was like, yo, I'm going to take you to my house. Don't worry about it. Your mother is only going to go through being there for a day, maybe a day and a half. They're going to let her go, and you're going to be all right. You heard? Because I was crying and shit. And, you know, that woman took me to her house. That black woman took me to her house. And me and son was cool. We were cool. But his moms treated me like we were straight family. You feel me? Like I was straight family. And, you know, she fed me. She was like, yo, you know, her son went to sleep. My son fell asleep early, you heard? And, you know, I couldn't sleep. My mom's was in the can. So she was like, you want to stay up and watch some movies with me? She was like, let's watch some movies together. And I stood up with her and watched movies with her until maybe I might have not even went to sleep, bro. To the break of dawn, you feel what I'm saying? And she just kept telling me, yo, your mother is going to be all right, man. She's going to go through, you know, she's going to be in there for like a day. She's going to see a judge. They're going to let her go. Whatever she was telling me, she was letting me know that my moms will be coming out soon. And she ain't going to be in the can for 2 and 3 years and shit like that. You feel me? Because that's the type of shit a little nigga was thinking. Like, my mom's going to be in the can for 2 years. Like, nah, she was like, yo, she's just going to go through the system and she'll be out. You heard? And that woman just, you know, treated me like family. She knew how to handle a child. She wasn't like, you know, cold and standoffish. She was like a mother should be. And we woke up early in the morning. We went jogging in 284 Park. Him and his mom used to wake up at 6 a.m. every day and go jogging in 284 Park. And This dude was the hardest sleeper I ever seen in my life. I was trying to wake the bro up. He just would not wake up. You heard? His mom told me when that clock strikes 6 a.m., his eyes is going to open. That's how long we've been going jogging and doing this at the same time. And it's just like she said, at 6 a.m., son was like this. Yerp. I'm like, yo, bro, I've been shaking you and trying to wake you up all night. His mom's was like, yo, nothing could wake him up. It could be a World War VII outside. Nothing could wake him up. I never saw nobody sleep that hard. You heard? But shout out to my bro Jay from Brownsville Houses. You heard, with the hazel eyes. You know you my nigga for life. And shout out to his moms, man, who knew how to treat a kid and knew how to put a kid at ease in a stressful situation. You heard? That was real. The LAZ, man, I'm downtown Brooklyn. I'm over here by the mall and shit. I walked all the way from fucking Clinton and Washington over here, you heard? Just cause I can't leave Brooklyn. Like, I wanna go back uptown, but
until 10.
just cause I don't even feel like leaving BK, man. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, man, LAZ, man, make sure you look out for that video. Me, Talib, Kweli, and Maino. You heard? Fire song, fire video. The song is already on all streaming platforms. Type it in. It's called Go Brooklyn. You heard? I'm sweating bullets. It's like 90 degrees out here. I've been walking forever. My Apple Watch talking about, looks like you're exercising. Nah, my nigga, I just ain't got no car right now. You heard? LAZ though, man, get at me. Hey yo, the link to these Good Garments products is in the description, as well as pinned in the comments. Go cop those.